Another beautiful day. Sun's not shining, but you can't get me down. Oh, look, a new news article. Oh, what does that say? Oh, most politicians are corrupt. You're kidding. It's almost like the vast majority of the time, it's just two sides of the same garbage coin, and they just get a wonderful salary, payoff, special treatment, friendships with the elites, a nice pension for the rest of their life, wonderful health care, and we just get overinflated Joey Printer bucks and $1,000 loaf of bread. It's fine. And then they just use the mainstream media, television, movies, magazines, books, radio stations to just tell us how angry that we always are with each other, and then pit us against each other so that we fear and are enraged at our fellow neighbors for no reason, all to just distract us from a much greater plan where they are certainly in control, and they just keep bamboozling us again and again. And that's just pretty much what it is, but that's fine. It seems that they pretty much just realized how to control the vast majority of the population by simply infiltrating their mind, by simply getting them to think about certain things like a squirrel. They just put it on the news and they say, this is the thing that you should be angry about today. Stay in a perpetual low vibration state full of fear and be very scared, and stay at home and be scared. But look at us, we're so nice. Thank us. Just celebrate. I will save you. Don't save yourself. Don't take care of your own health. Don't do any research. We're here to help. And they pretty much just indoctrinate you from a young age with a government-sponsored schooling system that teaches you how to be an employee, how to not think independent. They don't teach you about things that actually matter, like how to manage your money, invest your money. They don't tell you about your credit score or things that you'll actually need to live your life. They just give you a completely twisted and bent-up food pyramid. That's a lie. And they just pull all of the main corporate messages and just shove them down your throat as they just teach you how to be a non-player character, so you can just arbitrarily walk through life without a care in the world, while we just keep you fearful and just rally you up like cattle and tell you what to do and where to go and what to think and who to be mad at. And then we take your money right out of your pocket without you even knowing, and we get you so convinced that it's right that we get you to beg us to take your freedoms away. It is a ruse. But this is nothing new. It's a tale as old as time. But if we control the history and we control what you input and what you receive and what you're able to think about by demonizing anything that's the opposite of what we want you to learn, then you'll stay right in our control, right in our grip for the remainder of your life without questioning it. And you'll actually celebrate it and thank us for it. It's quite a nice system we've got. Because the funny thing is when you have an understanding of psychology and how the human mind works, you can utilize it and manipulate people's thought processes to get them to do exactly what you want. It's beautiful. Once you learn it, you can just keep it going pretty much in perpetuity forever until they figure it out and break out of the system. But that rarely happens, and anybody that thinks that way or talks about it, we just silence them. It's fine. It's very simple. Basically, all you have to do is you first just have to gain their trust by making sure that you consistently serve them a message that they believe that they can rely on. And then as soon as they rely on it, you give them 99 messages that are like partially true, kind of true, or just validate the thoughts that they already have. And then you just slip one by, right on by, just a pure lie without them even knowing. And they're none the wiser. They don't suspect it because most of the time it's like, well, things are generally good, except that one thing affects 97% of their life, way more than the other 99 things, but they don't notice it because there's thousands of things, and there's just so many things just passing through your mind from day to day that you can't even identify it. And even if you could, it would be really hard for you to do so. And again, if you just speak up about it or talk with other people about it, we will suppress that and demonize you. But really the coup de grace of it all is how we've managed to convince people to not think for themselves, to not think independently. We just make anybody seem crazy if they think a little bit outside the lines. We don't want you doing research. We don't want you to be personally responsible for your actions. We don't want you to know that your own efforts are the only thing that stand in the way of your success. America's great, but we don't want you to know that. We want you to think it's very bad, very evil, no good, very bad place, so we can make it just like the rest of the world and not the certain most free place to ever exist in the history of time. Because at the end of the day, there's really only one true threat, and that is the individual just understanding that his or her actions will determine their future, and that if they just think independently, do more research, take care of themselves, protect their financial interests, and communicate freely with other free persons, that their collective interest will be exercised, that the power of the people and the power of the free will and the power of free individuals to stand together for liberty and justice for all is the only thing that could foil this plan. But we don't want them doing that. We don't want them to communicate that with each other. We don't want liberty and freedom. But if they realize that, if they were to ever just realize that all collectively at the exact same time, they'd be able to take their power back and just foil the entire plan.
Turns out, America is the last great hope for humanity, and if the freest people the world has ever known were to simply communicate this message of personal responsibility, freedom, and liberty, we could lead the world again into a prosperous future. And even though it's grim and the world is trash and upside down, I do believe in America, and I do believe that we win in the end.